So Debra, you've been running the Cathay Pacific, the HKIWSC for many years, and we have a very special pairing competition that is tasting the wines together with the food. Do you find the Chablis wines to be a winner in many perspectives here when pairing with wines?
Well, with the HKIWSC, Chablis always does well because it has so much flexibility, and the food pairing portion of the wine competition involves dishes that are popular or typical throughout Asia, and of course, many of these dishes feature seafood. So it's a natural fit with seafood. But for me, when I think about Chablis, unless it is oak-aged Chablis, when I think about Chablis, I imagine a squeeze of lemon, and I try to think what dishes will taste delicious with a squeeze of lemon, and that will be a dish that suits Chablis perfectly. And as we know, that is a wide range of dishes. And it's one of the few wines that actually pairs beautifully with vegetables, with dark greens and with salads, which are not always an easy match. But I'd have to also mention, Rebecca, you said the words Cathay Pacific, and I thought you might be asking me a different question because I'm the consultant for Cathay Pacific and Cathay Dragon. And we've always had a Chablis on board. It's super popular, and it's always been a puzzle to me in the one sense, because I think we tend to think of Chablis as a sort of tight wine, not super forthcoming. And those are the wines we usually avoid in the air. We need more energy and flavor in the air, but Chablis performs really well in this setting, and maybe it's the passengers drinking it with caviar, but also the passengers enjoying it with salty snacks. It's a perennial favorite.
Yeah, thank you, Debra. So how about Ivy? I know you're a cheese expert too. And do you have any recommendation when it comes to Chablis and cheese? Are they a good pairing? Are they good matching?
Yes. As you know, sort of Bourgogne is a gourmet. It's a land of the gourmets, and they have a number of cheeses that come from Bourgogne region. So, but for me, I think Chablis is very good. Could be with of the acidity, and because it's got for me, we're talking about sort of Chablis at different levels as well. Sort of like some more structured than others, some more sort of like more vibrant than others. So maybe the more vibrant style, I could easily pair it with for example, a goat cheese from the region, the Charolais. Which is delicious, sort of like as a young Charolais, then I think it's perfect with the Chablis, in this full vibrancy. The Chablis with a bit more structure, perhaps a bit more, sort of like body, so a bit more sort of aging on the lees, a bit more of that sort of fleshiness. Then perhaps something like a brie à safran, which can be also made from the Bourgogne region. That could be very good with the with the pairing as well. I think generally Chablis for me is it's a very unpretentious wine, sort of like it's for me that's the thing about the most important thing about Chablis is unpretentious. It's got no oak treatment, so it doesn't get in the way of pairing with certainly not pairing with cheese, and certainly not pairing with any types of food. It's like a good chef, right? If you have a great ingredient, why mask it with a lot of other things? It just shows so beautifully on its own without a lot of added materials. So I think that's Chablis for me.
Right. Well, thank you so much. It's really making me hungry.